How do you think the world is watching America right now as we're embroiled in our politics? RNC a couple of weeks ago, now we've got the DNC. What do you think the world is saying?
Well, look, I think the world is used to our process, which is an unusual one around the world, and so they pay close attention. I don't think they're surprised that it's, contentious and there are twists and turns. That's what they've come to expect. But I do think that they understand this is a particularly consequential election for America's standing in the world, and how we are going to work with our partners and allies and ensure national security and stability and prosperity around the world.
Vice President Kamala Harris, the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party. This is a very important, you said consequential moment for her in her life. What will she have to say to the American people that will reflect on the image that has been cast about her from your former boss, President Barack Obama?
Yeah, I think she is going to fill in some of the details. I think people have a very good sense of her. She has a long career in public service. Started out as a district attorney, then attorney general, then U.S. senator, and vice president of the United States for the last 4 years. So I think there is a sense of, we want to know a little bit more about how she experiences those different roles and what she's thinking about the future for this country. And they want to hear it from her lips. But in terms of, needing to define herself, I think she's well defined in the public.
Ambassador, working in your field, you're involved in diplomatic efforts to make sure that we are able to be a good neighbor to our neighbors and actually be wary of our adversaries. What do you think she has to say about what's happening in Ukraine as well as what's happening in Israel with regard to the issues that we're facing from Russia, from Iran and its proxies, and the difficulties that we see between Palestinians and Israelis?
Yeah. I think our allies are looking for her to first reinforce our commitment to their protection, our commitment to their physical integrity and security, which was really the beginning of both of those conflicts, where one of our allies was either invaded or attacked by people from another country, from another space. In the case of Israel, where it's Gaza and Hamas in particular launching an attack from that space. I think so. First, they need to know that she's committed to the security of our allies.
What's the message that we have to send to China, particularly the CCP? And we know that they can be very adversarial with us. We know of some of the human rights violations that they continue to admit, and we know that they have tentacles with all of our adversaries in the Middle East.
Yeah. No, I think the important message for China to recognize is that U.S. leadership is not going to diminish, that we recognize them as another great power, that we want to cooperate with them wherever it's possible, but we're also prepared to compete where it's necessary, and that we have leadership that is prepared to work with them in ways where we can improve the global security everywhere, but that we are not going to be bullied. And that's going to be an important thing for not only China, but for other countries that have competitive interests to recognize.